sound? Oh, yep. People are saying good. Lost my glasses. Well.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's
It's Monday
at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
You know, Friday we weren't on because we had to leave bright and early to get to a bank appointment that literally took 6 hours to open a bank account, and it took multiple visits to multiple banks. And I said by Friday afternoon I should start drinking in the morning. Well, apparently on Monday too. I don't have any idea what the problem was. So this kind of yesterday, the cats, when I came in to feed them, Buddha jumped up onto this table that my computer is on, and I bring in a cup of hot water to add to their freeze-dried food to rehydrate it. Buddha knocked the water over, flipped the bowls off the table, scared himself, flew through the air. I had to get a towel out of the closet. When I opened the closet, he flew into the closet, which I don't want him in there because he pees on things in there. Getting him out of the closet, he clawed through my stomach. My computer got wet. So with the computer not working this morning, we were like, oh, crap. Did the cat wreck the computer with the water? Apparently not. I don't know if it was a BeLive thing, a Facebook thing. I couldn't go live from my Facebook page. So anyway, so this morning, Buddha, I opened the closet to get more food out for them. He tried to fly into the closet, pulled everything off the shelf, fell down. On his second attempt, he pulled everything else off the shelf, fell down, flew out of the closet, scratched me in the process, flew onto the top of the cabinet. I'm kind of done with cats right now. I think they're tired of being confined. They get out all day into the rest of the house, and then they're just in their cat room at night. But anyway, yeah, minus 20 wind chills in Dallas. I always thought that Dallas was like one of those hot areas where it stays hot all the time. Yeah, apparently not. Apparently not. So anyway, yeah, cats. So I was going to talk real quick about autoimmune disease. I know that Gwen sent out in the Friday 5 an article that I wrote. Well, I wrote it a while ago, but I just went back in and edited it and made the links work, because anything from our old website, the links don't work. So if you get a 404 page not found, it means it's trying to go to our old website. And what spurred me to talk about this is that I got a Facebook message that I looked at real quickly this morning to find a topic. Somebody sent me a picture of a really pretty yellow lab who is a show dog, apparently, and just got her championship. But in the first picture, all around her eyes, it's hairless, red, thickened, obviously very, very irritated. And to me, they look like itchy allergy eyes, just pretty miserable. And we see that a lot, particularly with food allergies. So if this is not a hard and fast rule, but if most of the itching and scratching and yeasty ear infections, but if most of that itching and scratching is around the head, then it tends to be more likely that we've got some food allergies going on. If the itching, scratching is mostly feet, belly, kind of the whole body, there's probably some food in there because we have to heal the gut, but there's probably quite a bit of environmental allergy going on there as well. So you have a bigger problem to solve than just a food issue. So this person switched the dog to, and she sent me a picture of the eyes beforehand, and they're miserable looking, and face is miserable. And then sent me a picture after she switched the dog to raw food and added some, after all my Facebook traumas this morning, I can't even remember what the whole text said. But showed me a picture afterwards where the redness is gone, the hair is growing in, and the dog looks 95% better. As soon as the hair grows the rest of the way in, it's going to be, back to beautiful again. But the handler talked to a vet at the dog show, and the vet at the dog show took one look at the dog and said, "Oh, that's lupus. That's autoimmune disease." What? First of all, you can't diagnose that without a biopsy. Maybe you can do it on a slide if you get really, really, really lucky. But almost always you diagnose pemphigus or lupus with biopsies. You don't just glance at an animal and say, "Oh, you've got a life-threatening disease that's going to shorten your dog's life," and sentence them to a life of steroids, cyclosporin, atopica, take your pick of poison, especially when the dog had that much improvement with a diet change. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that this dog doesn't have an autoimmune disease. I mean, it sort of does have an autoimmune disease because that's kind of what allergies are. It's the immune system reacting inappropriately. But genetic autoimmune thyroiditis. Well, the autoimmune thyroiditis is very common, unfortunately. But it, just reading her post kind of made me want to, I want to get on a soapbox, because you can't just take a peek at that or look at a picture and say, "Oh, that's pemphigus, that's lupus." No, you can't. So I think the person who sent the message was smart enough to figure out that, that you can't diagnose it that way. And she sent me the pictures, and she wanted to know if there's anything else she can do. So I will get back to her. But just really, 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 really frustrating. And the lupus or pemphigus that we do see around the eyelid margins, if a dog has it and it's that bad that everything's red and bloody, we're also going to see lesions on the lips, lesions on the ears, lesions around the anus, the vulva, the foot pads. It's not just a disease of the eyeballs. So frustrating. Your dog has encephalitis. Vet said he can't eat raw food because of his compromised immune system. Do you think I can put him on a raw diet? We have lots of dogs on raw diets that have encephalitis and autoimmune disease. As a matter of fact, we've been working with a little English toy spaniel who's on a raw diet and has encephalitis. So that's totally up to you. I would be sure to use a really, really clean diet. Make sure you know your sourcing. So it's frustrating for me because I am the diagnostic ninja. Well, I'm not going to look at a picture or see a dog whose eyes now look fine and say, "Oh yeah, that's pemphigus." It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. Can dogs build their own immunity to rabies without ever getting a vaccine? It'd be hard. I mean, you have to have some exposure to develop an immunity. So, I mean, some people talk about using no-sodes for it, but I don't think I've ever seen a good titer develop out of that. So, can't say. All right. Okay, guys. Now that I've had my... your friend's Golden just got diagnosed with immune-mediated hemolytic anemia. Beyond sad for her. Look, she was taking him to UF vet school for blood transfusions, but he's such a special light. I fear time is running out fast. Man, I've treated so many. If she's going to Florida, she needs to go to their TCVM. They have a master's program there in TCVM with Dr. Shea's group. She needs to be getting that dog some acupuncture and some herbs. Siwutang. I mean, I've cured so many of those dogs using herbs and cooling diets and blood tonics. That dog is not a goner. That dog needs to get into the holistic department at U of F. They're really good there. You still have a foot of ground on the foot of snow on the ground to do for another foot. That's Kitty needs CBD. Oh my gosh, it's Buddha. All these cats were bottle babies, and bottle baby cats can tend to be spastic. Mittens and Eggplant are brother and sister, and Buddha's from a different litter. Mittens and Eggplant are pretty chill. Buddha has always been just a schizophrenic, psychotic nutcase. He's the type of cat he wants you to pat him, and he purrs and he rubs up against you, and then you pat him, and he lets you get two pets, and then he turns around and slaps